Hello everyone, welcome to the Social Club. Because it's Christmas, we've decided to put a little brief end to the north-south hostilities. Oh yeah, look, no expense spared with the decor as well.
It's better than my house.
It's not better than mine. I live in a winter wonderland.
We haven't got one, but we have some lovely tinsel.
That's lovely, isn't it? That's premium tinsel.
That is Poundland's finest.
Real trees.
And lights as well. Listen, we've got lights. Shut up. Couldn't find matching hats. It's fine. We didn't have enough crack. It's fine.
Why
we felt that we spent a lot of we spent a lot of money last year on Brussels sprouts and spiced
Ribena. No,
Ribena, yeah. And I'm not sure it added enough to what we were going for. So anyway, we're up north. We're talking about this year. We've got a couple of topics. One's going to be going out today. Another one going out around New Year's as well. Today we're going to be forming a Premier League under-23 11. I don't feel people are doing this. I think people have done these combined ones and the best ones of the year, whatever. Not interested. We're going on the best under-23 players in the Premier League right now. And we're going to form a sensational 11.
Some team.
It's going to be some team. My team is some team. You've all put together your teams. We're going to talk through them in a sec. What formation should we go with straight off the bat? Because this might overcomplicate things.
4-2-3-1.
I've gone 4-2-3-1.
Generic 4-3-3 kind of thing.
I've gone 4-3-3, but we can make it work. The good thing about the side I've selected here is it's flexible. You can make it work.
Yeah, there's options.
So, I'm interested to see goalkeeper-wise, because I'm not sure there's a mass amount of choice in this department.
I think there's one, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who've you got?
Pickford.
Pickford, there you go. Pickford's out of the 23.
Probably by default, I reckon. But
almost big. Is this
good.
because everyone checked and realised that Jack Butland's older than they thought he was?
Exactly.
Yeah, is Pickford, because he's suffered this season, he's conceded a lot of goals.
Mm-hmm.
He is still a quality goalkeeper, and his distribution is good.
Well,
I
I
think
thought
that's a
so
myth,
until I
the
saw him
distribution
play
thing,
Really?
the Merseyside derby, and he put at least 10 straight out of play from his hands.
I've been watched Edison all season. Now that's distribution.
It wouldn't be because you're the only one who has watched him all season.
Yeah, well, he's uncanny. He's better passer than most of our. As a City fan tonight, I reckon he could have played midfield for us. I think he was, he's a phenomenal passer. But Pickford,
if he played for Man City in like the late 90s, he'd have been
played
in the midfield.
That was a good era. It was a fun era.
That was a fun
era.
Yeah. Right, well, I think, look, the goalkeeper absolutely picks it up.
Yeah.
Look, if you're watching this and you're screaming at your laptop, computer screen, whatever, you're spitting your Christmas dinner all over your keyboard, please, by all means, do play along with us. Put your suggestions in the comments below.
I don't know who.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Look, but here's the thing. Look, we've never claimed to be football experts. We're just fans of our own team, and I know that Liverpool don't have a goalkeeper that I would throw forward for this. So, Jordan Pickford, it is.
Fair enough.
Should we go to left back?
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Stay.
Strong at left back.
He's a bit dead, but Mendy.
That's what I went for.
Yeah, Mendy's the obvious. I mean, if he's got a knee anymore, he's the obvious choice.
Well, it was good enough for him to run down the touchline,
Celebrate,
Snapchat with Raheem Sterling,
wasn't
wasn't it? Like,
Love that.
Yeah, and I guess he did pretty well for Monaco, really. I mean, he's a pretty quality player. Great on Twitter as well, which obviously matters,
A solid follow.
Yeah, solid follow.
Okay, yeah, I didn't pick him because of the fact that he's injured. I don't think has he played this season?
He's played about four or five games. Yeah, I can't remember.
He was amazing for Monaco last year.
That's
He was they had an incredible team.
Yeah,
but
he was really good as well when he played for us for the 4 games. But a couple of assists.
I mean, I may have cut off my nose to spite my face here a little bit because I've ended up having Ben Chilwell as my left back. I think
he's a good suggestion. No, he's a great player.
Like him.
So Ben Chilwell is who I want to replace Rose when he goes.
Really?
I don't want Luke Shaw. I want Ben Chilwell in from Leicester.
Luke Shaw is the other option as well. Still actually under 23, but
God, I forgot.
Again, there's a player in there. Like Shaw has talked about, so there's this mooted rumour that we'll swap Shaw for Rose. Not that swap deals ever happen, because agents don't get paid their money. Yeah. But, I'd see the logic in it. But every single time Ben Chilwell's played against Spurs, I've really looked at him. Even last season when he was nowhere near the first team, he was playing. He come through and played the game against us.
Chilwell's a great shot.
I remember watching him against City's under 18s, even 2-3 years back, and he was a standout player on the pitch, even for Leicester in the semi-finals, the FA Youth Cup, and he's just a great player, isn't he? Got loads of potential as well. I still think Mendy's probably a better player.
Yeah, I think Chilwell's anybody. I think the glamorous, go for the glamour. And there's a temptation to. There's a lot of Man City players.
By the way, I tried really hard not to be biased, but there's just so many. Like Pep's bought a load of young players, and they're pretty good at football.
But if someone had to pick out Mendy or Chilwell, they're going to go Mendy. Everybody isn't.
Yeah,
like Chilwell hasn't. Ben's mum.
Shows that as Mendy.
Chilwell hasn't.
Who you've gone for?
I've gone for Chilwell because I just love him so much.
But
I went for Mendy. I thought Mendy.
But I'll concede Mendy.
I will. Yeah, go on. I will concede Mendy just on the fact that there might be people under the age of 30 on this who just like the big names and know that he'll be better than a FIFA team.
So I'm thinking of the SEO basically.
Okay, right back.
I went for Gomez. Liverpool's Gomez. I know he's a centre back by.
Yeah, no. I think it's a solid choice. I want Joe Gomez in this team, and I was going to put him at right back until I remembered or researched that Hector Bellerin's only 22 years old.
Oh, it's crazy. He feels like he's been around forever, doesn't he?
I completely forgot about Bellerin.
Yeah, he's on my team as well. There.
Yeah, I've gone for Bellerin as well.
Yeah.
Really, he's been around forever.
Yeah,
and he's been a bit poor recently, but he's still obviously, he can still end up being one of the best in the world at right back.
It was a couple of seasons ago. He was phenomenal, wasn't
he? It's just
really
his
good
pace. His pace can get you out of so much trouble. He's so fast.
All
right, fair play on an experience, I think.
Well, the Bellerin shells again. There's a couple of decent options there. I actually went through Liverpool. I was going, I could put Trent Alexander-Arnold in there, and then I could move Gomez, or I could put Gomez there. And then as soon as I saw Bellerin, I thought, again, not the SEO. Just we know a lot of Arsenal fans watch the show, so I'm doing this for you, Arsenal fans. I'm thinking of you guys. We happy with Bellerin at fullback? Okay, I want you to pitch your centre-back partnerships to me.
I'm going to go for Christensen and John Stones.
That's what I've gone for.
Christensen and John Stones.
That's a perfect partnership. That is a Premier League winning
partnership. It's a 2017 partnership, that isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very modern.
But it's a partnership. It's a partnership that could carry a team to a Premier League title.
Is he left-footed as well, Christensen?
Pardon?
He's left-footed, isn't he? Is that right?
Christensen?
Yeah.
No, he's right-footed, I think.
That would have been.
But they. There's no reason why they couldn't play together.
No. He's proved himself as a Champions League quality footballer, Christensen.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea were desperate to get hold of John Stones, and it never came off. And I think that we'll live to rue the day that we didn't force that transfer through.
I think a lot of fans of other teams I've got the perception of Stones being the Stones of last season, but he's not. I was critical of Stones a lot last year, but he's come on leaps and bounds. He's become assertive and aggressive as well.
He's got the perfect manager, hasn't he? Yeah. A manager who is going to encourage him to play the game.
I've got a theory in general that he's become the leader of City's team, because he's quite young now, as you probably noticed during this video. City's team is quite young, and I don't think the likes of Sterling and then a lot of the new lads look up to Kompany in the way that the older generation used to, like Zabaleta and Yaya. I think they see Kompany as this guy who just sits on the bench injured all the time. So now the Stones has become like kind of the heir apparent to the captain's armband. Wow. And I think he's been fantastic this season, Stones. And I think our form's dropped off a little bit in the past 3 weeks, and that's actually coincided with Stones disappearing. So. Okay.
Yeah. So well, I agree on John Stones. I mean, at 23, he's just scraping in there. I put Joe Gomez alongside. Again, he doesn't play centre half, so I am just you on a Liverpool player. But look, there's no bones about it. That's what I've done. Flav, what have you gone for? I'm
going to shoe in a Spurs player. Funny enough,
I've got Sanchez.
Yeah, he is.
Stones. Why?
Because what I thought and what it turns out to be, I thought we were going to buy in a quite rash, very raw centre back. But what we've actually bought, apart from that sending off at the weekend, apart where he deserved to go and smashed an elbow. Back in early December. But he's been so assured in the centre of the three. He's playing the most responsible position next to Alderweireld and Vertonghen, and he genuinely hasn't put a foot wrong. He's about as good as you could expect from a 21-year-old kid. You remember he's played one season in Holland after coming over from Colombia, and he's played 11 games for Spurs this season, and he's cultured in the extreme. If he doesn't end up at a major European club, I'll be amazed.
Of which you are?
In comparison, when I'm thinking Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich.
Do you see, we've all picked a centre half, a different centre half, who represents our club.
I've changed my mind now. Instead, that's Christensen. I think I really like David Sanchez. I forgot about him.
What, you're dropping John Stones from your team?
No.
I think the thing with a video like this is that you watch your own team and you know them inside and out. And I haven't seen enough of Christensen to really understand what I'm arguing for there. So that's why I'd say.
I think in this entire thing that we're going to do today, the only one that I'm actually going to have to really try and fight for here is Christensen. I think that Christensen needs to be in this team.
Has he been playing? Has he taken over
the middle of from David Luiz?
Yeah, because I watched the Champions League. I watched like 10 minutes of his the day, and he's getting in the box and having shots and stuff like that.
He is. I mean, the one flaw in his game, bearing in mind he's a defender, but the one flaw in his game is that he's very good at finding space in the opposition box, and he hasn't scored. You know, but aside from that, he hasn't. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like Stones started scoring this season.
Absolutely. Aside from that, he really hasn't put a foot wrong. He's taken over. You know, David Luiz last season was so good for us. He basically played 2 positions. Luiz, he did the John Terry role when we were defending, and then when Fabregas was out of the team, he'd bring it forward and start our attacks. And Andreas Christensen has managed to propose him from the starting lineup.
Do you know what I like about him as well? Is that the fact he's actually proved that he's the first kind of graduate of the whole
absolutely. He is the jewel in the crown. Absolutely.
He's basically kind of verified that as a.
Lots of people graduated.
Yeah,
but actually, the fact that he's.
For those that don't know, what do you mean?
In terms of like basically, obviously Chelsea have this loan farm basically, sending players out to.
And where did he go?
He was at Mönchengladbach.
But he's the first one really to step off the conveyor belt, isn't he?
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, he went to Germany, and he came back a complete player. He came back. He was the like I said before, he was a jewel in the crown of this. And anybody who doesn't like this loan system, he is the argument that you put forward.
Yeah.
You bring a player back. They've been away for however many years, and they slot straight into your starting lineup.
Yeah.
Sweet. We could have done that well smoother, but good effort anyway, Tom. Again, I think Joe Gomez has been class, and every time he's taken to the field, he looks class, but he's not played enough games at centre-half for me to argue the toss against the guy who's been playing Champions League football, centre-half for Chelsea. The only time I've seen Davinson Sanchez, I wasn't that impressed with him, but that's the isolation. The one time I've seen him play.
Christensen's keeping David Luiz out of the team. David Luiz is.
Well, this is going to be on the swing. The swing is going to fall on whether Steve wants to change his answer or not.
I've just looked at my team and I'm suggesting more Spurs players, and he's the only one Chelsea there. So
he's the only one.
Yes. Have you got? Yeah. Well,
anything else have you got, Chelsea? It's fine. We'll come to it.
Christensen. I've changed mine again.
Okay. Sounds. So we're going to go
Christensen
and John Stones.
Christensen and Stones. It's just a vote. Yeah, John Stones. Still good defensive.
Okay, again, if you disagree, you want to suggest that. You could have had Eric Dyer.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Nathan
Ake's a shout as well. I know not mentioned. Victor Lindelof, Eric Bailly.
Is Eric Bailly 23?
How old is he?
I believe he's 23.
Wow. See, I didn't even know that.
Sorry, apologies.
He's in the Stones for me, that's it.
Yeah, in the Stones.
Whoa, cat amongst the pigeons.
I didn't realise he was 23.
No, Eric, I didn't realise either. That's
can I check just in case while you're doing it?
I mean, I have done my research.
It's been on websites.
No, I thought you said you weren't sure. All right, cool. We got Eric Bailly then. We didn't realise it.
Not by Christensen.
No, get away.
Stones has done right, this season. He is.
He's not been bad.
I think he's scored 3 in the Champions League as well, which is mad. Stones.
Good point, well made. It's yours.
Okay. So if we're playing, we've gone for 4-2-3-1. These have gone for 4-3-3. This is where we're going to find a difficulty in thinking marrying these two up. Who have you gone for your midfield?
I've gone for Harry Winks.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah, because...
I say obviously not because I think he should be in there, because there's no way you ain't going to put Harry Winks in there.
Because I love him so much.
Right.
I'm so excited about his future and what he could do at Spurs. I genuinely think we've got... He's about as close to Luka Modric as I've seen at Tottenham.
You can't do that.
You
can't do that.
Because his name's Harry.
But you can't do that.
Because his name's Harry Winks from Hemel Hempstead, people think he can't be. But he's doing stuff.
It's not because he's from Hemel
No, I
Hempstead.
think he can do because he looks like he's in a One Direction tribute band.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why he couldn't be that. But that's Luka Modric is one of the best midfielders
You've
in
compared him
world
to the best
football.
midfielder in the world.
I know I have, and I understand that how stupid that sounds, right? but what I'm saying, potential. He has potential enough to be an excellent supreme footballer. He genuinely does. I can't.
I'm with you. I think Pep would love him, for example, as a centre back. I think he'd like the way he moves and moves the ball around.
Flav, I agree with you. Flav's Winks is in my starting lineup.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
But you can't start throwing the Luka Modric comparisons.
Well, I can do what I want.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, he's an under 23. So.
I mean, in Flav's defence, it's thrown out. He's done it now.
Done it.
Fine. Yeah,
and look, I'm
true.
sure I'll get crucified in the comments, but I don't read them, so it doesn't matter.
So joke's on you.
Joke's on you lot. His ability to find space.
Just to clarify, leave loads more and eventually they'll catch his eye. He's got no
don't worry,
choice.
I'll sit next to him, I can read them to him.
We will read them to him.
Start posting them to him.
We'll WhatsApp them to him on Christmas Day.
His ability to find space where there isn't for most footballers is incredible, and it was the exact same thing I noticed in Luka Modric. I'm not saying he's going to reach Luka Modric's stage, but he's the closest thing we've had since Luka Modric.
Okay. So Harry Winks alongside
Ndidi of Leicester.
Okay. Why?
Just every time I've seen him, I've been impressed. He's had to fill big shoes in Leicester's midfield. A huge player's missing there, and I've just loved him every time.
Figuratively.
Yeah, figuratively. They're probably quite small, 7 or 8 maybe. Yeah, but you know he's doing all right, and for such a young player, I just really like what he's about, and I think he could offer a lot to that midfield. That said, I feel like I'm missing some massive ones in midfield. I feel like
so I've gone for Everton's Tom Davies and Liverpool's Emre Can as a midfield partnership. 23 years old, full German international.
All right, him over Ndidi.
I've gone for Loftus-Cheek and Dele Alli as well.
What, he's not in the centre of midfield?
Well,
Dele Alli has
as
played
a
that
free
deep.
kind of thing, you know, like as more of an event. Because obviously,
I'm suspecting you've got a team that won't make much sense on a football pitch.
what, a 4-3-3?
Yeah,
It's quite a common use formation.
No, 4-3-3.
He's not being a maverick
Hold on,
here.
hold
He's
on.
not
Harry
really
Winks
neutral.
sitting deep, and then two kind of like.
Oh, you got Winks as well?
Yeah, Winks sitting deep.
Right,
And then
Winks
I've got then Loftus-Cheek and Ali kind of. Loftus-Cheek and more as an 8, and Ali as a 10.
That's not madness.
I mean,
You're suggesting that's crazy. What he's done.
If you're playing an 8, a 10, and 3 up front.
Well, yeah, there's 2 wingers. That's what City play at the moment.
Bear in mind, he's a Man City
Fact,
fan.
yeah, so that's
So
what I believe.
so they
can play
holding their entire teams
I
together.
think the term is now false 8, is it? Or something
Why
like that?
not?
Yeah. De Bruyne and Silva.
I'm just worried about how open you'd be on the break.
Sorry,
Mate,
we've
the other
got
team won't have
Bellerin and
the ball,
Mendy
though.
at fullback. They're pretty fast. So
Fair enough.
I mean, I've got Dele Alli in, but I've got him in one of my more. I mean, I could make this a 4-3-3 if I wanted to. 4-2-3-1.
All right, let's do that as well, and I'll drop Dele Alli into midfield. As
Okay,
well.
well, I've got Dele Alli as me centre of me 3 in 4-2-3-1, so I'll put him into midfield.
So we've got Winks, Dele Alli, and you're saying
I also
and
suggested
Loftus-Cheek.
I've got Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek.
but then Chan is, you know,
Chan needs to be in.
Chan's got to be in there.
Chan was a massive oversight.
Yeah, massive.
Chan definitely needs to
So
Chan
Chan and Ali
over
definitely.
over Winks.
Chan
playing, isn't it? I guess.
and Ali definitely. Yeah, they have to be. It's a meritocracy. They have to be. You
Chan-
can't not have a geezer who starts for Germany, and you can't not have a bloke who scores 2 against Real Madrid. Like, they have
So
to be.
Chan, so we're saying Chan, Ali, and Winks midfield 3.
And who are we missing? Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
He's
Loftus-Cheek has to fall on his
Loftus-Cheek
sword.
to me,
I really like Loftus-Cheek,
So do
by the
I, I
way.
think he's-
So do I.
But he has to fall on his sword.
He's going to be next one to prove the Chelsea system.
Palace
as well.
under De Boer, well, look, we know, poor. The only player who came out of credit when we played them at Anfield was Loftus. One of them where we talked about this off camera. I don't pay attention to the opposition players. They're just people in different coloured strips to ours who run around in the way of our guys. But he stood out. You know, big, powerful.
Rolls Royce, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I think
His
next
size.
year, if he graduates
He gets
correctly
the opportunity. I agree.
at Chelsea, then next year I think.
But the annoying thing
Emre Can will be 24 next year,
the
and
annoying
probably
thing
at
with him,
Juventus. So he'll be.
He's so good, and he's demonstrated on like several occasions quite how good a player he is. And we've currently got Bakayoko playing, and it really hasn't gone particularly well for him.
Yeah.
He's not playing very well at the moment. I don't see why Loftus-Cheek couldn't have done that job. Just give him a chance, throw him in there. He's been at Chelsea since he was 8 years old. Let him flourish.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's been a good loan for him so far.
Yeah, yes,
He's
absolutely.
obviously learning loads, and he's a baller.
He's a
I think
baller.
maybe he's just a year too young.
And the expectations of him are just minimal in the first instance. The first quarter of the season, he was always going to be able to kind of express himself.
Exactly.
It's been
Make
going
mistakes. People are very forgiving. Yeah.
And there's people like Chalobah as well, I guess, or Aki. People we've said him.
Yeah,
Aki, centre-half, yeah.
But I think that was.
So what's our midfield 3? Winks, Ali, and Chan. Good.
That's good.
Decent.
That's good.
That's decent.
Really
midfield
good.
today. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's move on to then who's our left winger. I'm pretty certain we're going to have Unity on.
You don't really want to ask me the next few for obvious reasons.
I'll answer for you if you want. Sane.
I'm going for him.
Hang on a second. You haven't got Leroy Sané left wing, have you?
I haven't, no. I've got Martial.
I think they're very similar level players, but Sané's already won Player of the League. Probably a month so far this season at one point. He scored more goals.
Oh, mate, don't stat me out.
He's younger.
No,
he's younger.
Don't stat me out.
Yeah, but he's had less opportunities. Martial has had less opportunities.
The point is, he gets in the team at the
delivered.
top of the league, and Martial doesn't get in the team who are below City.
Yeah,
so
but that's so much that's about tactics and the manager and trying
pure ability.
I think he's a better player.
Mate, Martial's
he's minor, I think, but I think he is a better player.
Do you know what? Go on.
I still contend. I mean, look again. He's playing in the position, so it's fair to put him up against Sané. Martial's still a centre forward for me, you know, and I think he's being used and he's doing a fantastic job on the left. But look, Sané's unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. I just think if I were to say Chelsea could sign one or the other.
Did you forget about him, Roddy?
No, I didn't actually. I haven't forgotten about a few. I definitely forgot about Emre Can, embarrassingly. But say Chelsea had the opportunity to sign one of them, say for free, we were going to get a gift, and you were going to be given Sané or you were going to be given Martial. I'd want Martial.
I'd be a very happy man then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm offering you a Christmas gift for Liverpool Football Club. You can have Sané or you can have Martial.
We don't need Sané because we've got Mane and Salah, but I would take Martial only because again I think because I'd have him play centre forward.
Tottenham.
Usually wingers, don't we?
Well, I don't know. Son's been on fire for us this year. But
Bill, can I just introduce you to a world where you need to have more than one good player for every position?
Yeah, but where's the fun in that? I love the fact we're one injury away from
Listen, think of Fernando Llorente and his mortgage bills this Christmas.
Listen, there's nothing like being one injury away from a complete meltdown crisis. Look, it's such a beautiful place to be.
It's terrible, it's the worst.
The buzz of it, though, you're forever on edge.
Hey, look, we wouldn't exist as fan viewers if that breakdown wasn't there all the time, you know?
Yeah, no, actually, I don't want Sané or Martial. Son's fine if he gets injured. We'll manage.
Are you breaking the rules of putting Son in there somehow?
No, he's too old. But
but Martial needs to be in this team. So unless you're going to rejig...
Martial, you're right. But then again, where's Marcus Rashford?
Yeah, he's up front.
Jesus.
Well, hang on, whoa. We're getting ahead of ourselves here.
I'm going to go Sané because that's who I picked.
I've gone for Sané on the left wing.
I can't.
This is a disgrace. I feel like Didier Drogba after that Barcelona game. This is a disgrace.
I've seen as well when he's been ignored a little bit. Richarlison at Watford, he's been fantastic this season.
Completely ignored.
Agreed.
I don't believe
not as good as those two.
Not
maybe,
competing on the top level.
He's currently a form striker. Currently, he might well be brilliant, but he's done. Yeah. Igalo had an amazing season.
He's come from straight from Brazil as well. It's impressive.
Yeah, he's doing very well, but he can't.
Here's the thing. I'll go through it. I just can't see how you're better Leroy Sané, Gabriel Jesus, and Raheem Sterling.
I can tell you how. You have Sterling, Rashford, and Martial. That's how.
Rashford, you're not Rashford over Jesus or Jesus. I can't remember.
Brazil's number 9. Like he's literally Brazil's number 9.
You're just not doing it. Roy, you ain't having it.
There's also a stat, by the way, in terms of like top goal scorers.
He knows too many numbers. He's killing me.
The top 10 goal scorers are under 23 level in Europe. 3 of them are City players, and that's those 3.
You're loving this, aren't you?
So are you putting together a team? Are you putting together an under 23 team of the Premier League that doesn't have Marcus Rashford in it?
Yeah, because
it's got Leroy Sané and Raheem Sterling.
Sterling's season as well.
So no Martial, no Rashford.
Yeah, but look, here's the consolation. Sterling's 23. We won't be allowed to put him in this team next year, and Marcus Rashford has got plenty of time.
Do you know what it's worth for the United fans?
I'm going to put Martial on the right, and I'm not going to put Sterling in.
He's our leading scorer.
No, I ain't doing it.
Get lost.
He's City's leading scorer.
You can't not put Sterling. I mean, I appreciate what you're trying to do for me, but you did it the wrong way round. It's got to be Sané. It has to be the victim here.
Yeah, fine.
The thing is, the man.
Sané has to be the victim. Is that ridiculous? Am I sounding ridiculous?
No, Sané's not the victim.
Martial has to be the victim.
No, Sané has to be the victim.
No, I'm sorry.
Do I sound like an idiot saying that?
No, they're both very good players, but I think Sané's. I think Sané's got this type of potential.
As the chair of this, you can't endorse a team under 23 Premier League players that doesn't have Marcus Rashford or Anthony Martial in it.
Listen, if we were doing an under 21s team, he'd be in it.
Okay.
But we're not. We're doing an under 23s team, and that's why we're peppered with a few guys who are on the borderline. We've got Pickford, Stones, Chan, and Raheem Sterling, and this side is much the better for it. Come on, look, I should detest Raheem Sterling, but he is so good at football.
No, I agree with Sterling. Sterling's in.
And Leroy Sané is I think he's on the way to becoming my favourite other other player in the Premier League.
You've got to concede now, Rory.
I feel like I have to, out of peer pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm not a happy
your
man.
Team will always be your team. You'll always have your team. You
Can I ask a question?
Well, my team is Martial, Rashford, Sterling.
Can I ask a question? Where would go on? What is the team? If we run down, then I've got a question.
So the team then is Jordan Pickford. Did we agree on Chilwell as left back or Mendy? Did we go with Mendy? So Mendy left back. Bellerin right back. Centre backs of John Stones and Eric Bailly.
Yep.
Centre midfield, or midfield three of Winks, Ali and Chan.
Yep.
And then front three of Sane, Jesus, Sterling.
So, and where do you think that team would finish?
It's a good team, that.
In the league.
Really high. It would compete
top four.
They'd be up there.
It would compete for the title.
You bear in mind, there's a healthy chunk of City players who are already up there.
Yeah, exactly.
And listen, it fits the Spurs model. There's only one player for every position as well. So you definitely can compete.
But best way to live.
Can put the pressure on, so to speak. Can't it?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Too much security, you get fat and flabby. Do you know what I mean? You're living on the edge. But there was a time back in the history of men where all we had to do was find our next meal before dying, right? So you have a spear and whatnot, find your food and eat. Yeah, we were happier then. Now, when we've got everything, depression, 1 in 4 people suffer from depression, all kinds of horrible stuff. That's what the way you need to apply. It's no good being. It's no good being like Man City. I mean, you seem happy, but I can see there's something wrong with the way you love your football team. So I'm not sure you do. And you? Why? I don't know why you're laughing. You're laughing. You get everything you want.
Nervous laughter was
you get everything you want. Me and him. We know. We understand what it's like. You two get everything you want.
He's saying
you're like the City class. It's Christmas time. We get a Game Boy and
when was the last time you were in Division 2?
Flav, you're just pulling Paul in. Paul isn't agreeing with you. Yes, he's disagreeing with you, but you're going me and Paul.
Agreeing.
Me and Paul.
What? You've tried. Listen, you've tried your best to try and create a wedge between us and these guys who win the title every other season. Yeah. And that's worked. So fuck it.
Fuck you. Merry Christmas.
No, listen, we've got our team there. I'm pleased with that. If you want to put your teams in the comments, but absolutely do. Listen, Rory makes an outstanding case for Anthony Martial, and I think he's a phenomenal footballer. But this is the thing: this under-23 team is very difficult to gain. Rashford, Martial. I mean, Arsenal fans, Alex Iwobi's not getting a mention. Yeah. He's come back a bit.
Where does he go?
But again, Eric Dyer. There's so many quality under-23 players. I was astounded by how many really, really good players at that age range are at good clubs as well. And again, we've been a bit biased probably towards the teams at the top of the league. So if you feel there's any glaring omissions, then please do let us know in the comments. Still to come, this week we're going to be wrapping up 2017, giving our best manager, best team, best player awards. Should be loads of fun. And on New Year's Day, we're going to be doing this again. But it's the over-30s team this time around. Can we pull together a better side than this? You'll have to stay tuned and subscribe to find out. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to all of the people who are present in the room right here, right now. And Merry Christmas.